As the world sits in wonder at the recent Trump victory, teachers everywhere have been questioning, how can we teach the next generation to be informed, responsible and critical citizens? The answer is, ladies and gentlemen, civics and citizenship education. R. Reynolds 380 has just tweeted into us here at the M Ward Show, saying, how do we engage students in a topic that most adults find dull and quite frankly boring? To answer this question, it is my pleasure to invite over our resident educational officer, Vicky Willoughby, to the floor. Come on, Vicky, come in. It's great to have you here, Vicky. Now, to bring our audience up to speed, what is Civics and Citizenship Education, also known as CCE?
Civics and Citizenship Education is essential to equip students with the skills and the knowledge to be active citizens so they can contribute to Australian democracy. Civics and Citizenship Education is divided into three key focus areas. These are Government and Democracy, which is the study of Australian democracy and the key institutions. The next one's Law and Citizens, which examines Australia's legal system, the creation of the laws and the rights of the legal obligations of the Australian citizens. And lastly, Citizens, Diversity and Identity, which explores the shared values of Australian citizenship, the diversity of Australia and what shapes our identity.
It's very good to know, Vicky. So what do you hope your students will gain from doing civics and citizenship education?
Well, through civics and citizenship education, we hope to develop the students a lifelong sense of belonging and engagement in civic life. Another objective of civics and citizenship education is that students will gain knowledge, understanding, appreciation for the values, principles, institutions and practices of Australian democracy. And finally, the students will develop a wide range of skills and general capabilities such as problem solving, critical thinking skills, and give them the capacity to participate in civic life.
So Vicky, last week you and I went for a drive and we picked up some of our educational officers from a range of relevant sites in our nation's capital. We asked them questions about the key focus areas of laws and citizens.
So I remember when I was in primary school, I actually found civics and citizenship education really boring. So we thought we might ask them some good ways that we'd be able to engage our students in the classroom.
So just go pick Tamara up from the Parliament House?
Yep.
Hi!
Hi!
So Tamara, tell me what you've been doing this week.
Yeah, well, I've actually just come from a dinner with Senator O'Neill at Parliament House.
That sounds so amazing.
Yeah, it was a great experience, Vicky. I think that the recent political turmoil has actually emphasised just how important it is for our students to understand that they have a voice in democracy.
So true. I think it's difficult for students and even teachers to understand that what happens here in Canberra has a profound impact on what happens in our school and our communities.
Spot on, Em. That's why it's so important for us as teachers to make CCE education so engaging for our students.
Australia is a democracy. It is imperative for both teachers and students to understand this term. Democracy comes from two Greek words, demos, meaning the people, and kratos, meaning power. Effectively, the word democracy means people power, the right of the people of a nation to make decisions about how they are governed. The Museum of Australian Democracy, or MOAD, can be found in the old Parliament House. Its establishment in this heritage-listed building provides students with a fully immersive and interactive experience. You can choose from a range of programs such as the Franklin River Debate or political cartooning. These and other options are designed to engage students through a range of preferred learning styles such as roleplay, kinesthetic and visual pedagogies. The learning support officers will also work with the teachers to prepare for and cater to those students with special needs. Another inspired activity includes the addition of Kahoot, an interactive quiz designed to cement student learning in an interactive way. The quiz can be played on any iPad or smartphone and is a great way to provide instant feedback to students. Perhaps the greatest part about all of this is its availability. Teachers can book programs or simply access any of these resources through the MOAD website, moad.gov.au. Whether on-site or online, MOAD is a valuable tool to help students understand the role of the citizen in Australian government and society, and specifically may be used to meet key outcomes within the laws and citizens focus area, such as how state, territory and federal laws are passed through Parliament. A visit to the Parliamentary Education Office can provide the foundations needed to run your own classroom democracy. This provides students with an opportunity to raise issues which are significant to them, their school, or communities, and deal with these in a democratic way. If visiting Canberra is not feasible, the PEO invites teachers to access a range of resources on their website and even encourage educators to contact them for assistance in designing political curricula.
The multimedia presentation at the Electoral Education Centre provided an engaging hook to get students interested in Australia's democratic history and to help them see why it is so essential to be an informed citizen. Following this audio-visual display, students have an opportunity for self-regulated learning in the activity room. Here, the students' multiple intelligences are engaged as they discover the knowledge they require to be active and informed citizens. Furthermore, a mock vote is conducted to teach students the necessary skills to participate in a local or state election. However, we suggest that this resource be extended to include federal voting procedures. This may be of particular interest to those students in Year 9 and beyond who are nearing enrolment age.
So
where would you like us to drop you off?
Yeah, you should drop me off at the Australian War Memorial. I believe Ali, our other correspondent, is down there and she's wanting to give you some other great resources.
That's perfect. Hey Ellie!
Hey guys!
Hi!
How are you going?
So Al, you've also been visiting some of the nation's important sites.
Yeah, I've just come back from the last post ceremony at the Australian War Memorial. I was reminded about how this site is so relevant in educating students about laws and citizens.
How so? What did you see and what did you do there?
Well, Australian citizens have always fought hard for democracy. It was touching to see that the leaders of our country would come to reflect on the sacrifice men and women have made to ensure our democracy for future generations. As teachers, we can use stories of war to teach about social issues and the magnitude of the sacrifice people have made.
So Ali, what resources does the War Memorial provide to teachers to make their lessons more engaging for their students?
Well, the Australian War Memorial is committed to equipping educators with high-quality resources to engage their students. Not only do they offer a great on-site education program, but also an extensive range of online resources. Many items and displays in the museum have been digitised and are free and easy to access. Teachers and schools can also order memorial boxes. This is a box full of artefacts that students can touch and manipulate. This will prompt discussion in the classroom and is an inquiry-based learning approach that teachers can use to leave a lasting memory with the students. The Australian War Memorial has produced a series of books also for the classroom for educational use, and they're available for free download as an ebook. Finally, students can email any work they complete in class to the website where it may be published and put on display. This encourages students to produce high-quality assignments that demonstrate a deep understanding of civics and citizenship.
So Al, where would you like me to drop you off?
Oh, I'm off to the High Court of Australia, if that's alright. I'm finding a bit more about the law and the Constitution.
It's fantastic, won't be there in a moment.
Thanks so much, guys.
It's been fantastic having you with us here tonight, Vicky. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. It was absolutely my pleasure. There'll be a list of places that you can actually visit, either online or when you come to Canberra at the end of the show, plus a list of resources that you can actually access within your classroom that should be able to make it a little bit more engaging for yourself and also for your students. Thank you.
That's fantastic. So guys, if you've got any further information or questions you want to give to us, feel free to tweet us and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you.